Hello, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I've shared my screen. Hopefully it's showing there for you. And tonight is going to be a speech about something very interesting. And as always, if you've been in a lot of meetings, people tend to interrupt you, ignore you, whatever. So part of the speech is the content, and part of it is about how one might handle these interruptions in any meeting. In 1949, George Orwell wrote a book about what the world might be like in 35 years from the date of publication, and it was called 1984. In fact, the book was so controversial for the times that it was banned by many countries. The main character, Winston Smith, is a low-ranking member of the ruling party in London in the nation of Oceania. Everywhere Winston goes, even his own home, the party watches him through telescreens. Everywhere he looks, he sees the face of the party's seemingly omniscient leader, a figure known only as Big Brother. The party controls everything in Oceania, even the people's history and language. At the time, the party is forcing the implementation of an invented language called Newspeak, which simply attempts to prevent political rebellion by banning all words related to it. Even thinking rebellious thoughts is illegal. Such thought crime is in fact the worst of all crimes, and there is absolutely no individual privacy. So in today's speech, I'm going to talk about current day. There's no doubt with our technological advances in the past 20 years, and especially the internet, I would suggest, our world has changed for the good and the bad. So tonight we will look at one of our modern day tools and how our privacy and liberties have been taken away. And that's in social media, the number of likes and comments. The question that you have to ask yourself is, am I posting to social media to show everyone what is going on in my life? Or am I just posting to get a lot of likes? Make me feel better. People, especially teens, have become obsessed with the idea of receiving likes on their pictures. Even Twitter, which used to have a favorite button, has now switched over to the word like. To be honest,
you're showing 5 ways
if you think
to
about
get
it.
more likes, Ron, and it's definitely should be more than 5 ways to get more likes on Facebook, right?
That's a very
Probably
good...
like 25 or 30 or maybe 50 ways to get more likes on Facebook.
How about 500?
500, yeah.
Right? You make a very good point there, Vitaly, as you usually do. And it's an important subject today. Wouldn't you agree, Vitaly?
Totally agree, yeah.
Okay, so we put filters on our pictures or decide to just leave them as they are. We crop it to make sure it's perfect, maybe even add a border for Instagram, and then you leave it out there for your friends, followers to see. Then next is the waiting stage. You are either someone who constantly checks their phone to see the number of likes, or you turn off notifications and check your phone once a significant amount of people have liked it. I have fallen into that trap and think, why aren't people looking at my posts? Don't they have anything? Do they really have something better to do? Either way, the last step is gratification. However, even countless likes might not make me happy.
So I thought I'd give you a call.
It is only short term.
Yeah.
That instant gratification might satisfy our social media need, but it's kind of sad to think
Having a good time?
that we all rely on likes to make us feel good about ourselves. Now I'm hearing a voice in the background. Is somebody talking while I'm talking?
Oh, sorry, Ron. I just had to take a phone call.
Well,
really urgent.
Do you have something you'd like to add to the topic so far?
No.
No. Okay. If you have any questions, save them for the end, okay? Second aspect of social media, and this is a biggie, is fake identities. This is a huge problem that we can witness every day on social media. The show on MTV called Catfish has made this issue more public. And I watched it a couple nights ago for the very first time. But it does not mean we can say goodbye to fake profiles and upsetting stories. This show deals with people creating fake identities on social media or dating websites. After researching the person, the producers see if they are the real deal. They meet them. The host of the show then will contact that person to meet up with the person they have been talking to online. More often than not, the person has a completely different appearance than they put out onto the internet. And they might even have a different name, or in the example I saw the other night, a totally different sex. Wow, these stories are real, but they are not just limited to the Facebook and dating apps like Tinder and OkCupid. People, believe it or not, will use fake pictures to make themselves look better, creating a false representation of who they really are. For instance, this is a picture that I put on Facebook representing myself. It can help with a person's self-esteem. It helps me on a social media site, but it will do nothing for them in real life. And it certainly will not help others. The victim in this situation are the ones who think that they are talking to a specific person and then find out it is a complete lie. Another example I saw on the Catfish show was a couple dating online for a year.
Ron, you can't just argue that the people viewing the picture are the victims because it's false. He's also a victim. You can't just dispel like you're stealing his identity here.
I totally agree with you. There's always two sides to a story, isn't there?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Yeah. You know, overall in this false identity, there's nothing to get out of it. And the third aspect of this subject is the decrease in privacy. And this may seem a bit ironic, but with this new technological advancement, there is absolutely nowhere to hide. Being on social media makes us more prone to being found in the real world. Even with privacy settings on everything, the internet makes it easily accessible to find out personal information about others. Now, perhaps some of you may be thinking, what if I'm not even on the internet? Well, newsflash, you are. You may not have 5 social media accounts and 1 million followers, but you can definitely be found with a click of a button. And I think we all have to be careful about what we put on social media. There's some stuff we do not want some people knowing. In closing, I'd like to ask you what this object is. The knife was discovered many years ago, maybe by cavemen. For all the good things a knife can be used for, just like technology, they can be used for nefarious reasons as well. Wouldn't you agree? Everybody nod their heads. Okay. So, the internet, a great tool, open for great uses, and also for great abuse. Thank you.